the art room. My name is Tammy from Tammy Hers Designs. I am here today to teach you how to paint your new piece of art. So take out your art kits. Do not remove the tape. The tape is there for a reason. I'll explain that in a minute. Leave it taped to this. When we're done and when everything's dry, we will remove the tape. So what you should find in your art kit is your frame, your hand-drawn quote written on there. It's written in pencil because pencil will not bleed when we add water. So that's very important. Otherwise, I would have put them on the printer. Hand-drawn pencil quote. You should also find a paintbrush, a marker, a paint card. These are dried watercolors, so they will reconstitute with water. The only thing that you need to provide is some clean water, maybe a paper towel. That's it. Let's get into it. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me again. Due to some technical issues during the filming of this tutorial, there was no audio, so I'm just going to do kind of a voiceover for you and walk you through what's going on. So first of all, after you've unwrapped your kit, open, spread everything out, I want you to add some water to your canvas. You can either use the brush that's been provided. I found it a lot easier actually to just dip your hands in the clean water and splash it on. We want lots of little puddles of water all over the paper. That's going to give us that splashed watercolor effect. So go ahead and splash and drip and splatter some water on that piece of paper. The pencil will not run. That's why there's pencil on there, and it wasn't run through an inkjet printer. So go ahead and add some water to that. Once you're happy with that, we're going to reconstitute that watercolor. So take your paintbrush, put a couple drops of water on each of those little paw prints. That's going to reconstitute the paint. And we're going to dip our paintbrushes in there, and we're just going to touch the water all over our canvas. That's going to help pull that paint out of the paintbrush and onto our paper. Sorry, not our canvas. This is totally subjective. You can put the colors wherever you want. The longer you hold your brush there, the more paint that's going to draw out of those bristles. So don't be shy. It will lighten as it dries. If you just want to add one color, that's totally fine. You can add all three. We're going to save the white till last. I'll explain that in a minute. But you can be guaranteed that the colors provided for you on those color cards won't make mud. So mud is when you get two opposing colors on the color wheel and you mix them and they just kind of turn this mucky brown color. The paints that have been provided are all on the same side of the color wheel, so they won't create that mess. So you'll get nice vibrant colors that all look nice together on your painting. So once you have your first color added, you're going to give your brush a quick rinse, dab it off in your paper towel, move on to your second color. It really doesn't matter the order. Same technique. Wet your paintbrush with your paint. Drip it into all your little splatters of water all over your piece of paper. The colors will blend and mix if you touch them next to each other, which give a really nice effect onto your piece. You also don't have to worry about covering the lettering on this piece of paper, on this watercolor paper, because it's done in pencil, it won't bleed. We're going to go back afterwards with the Sharpie marker that was included, and we're going to retrace all of those letters so they'll really pop once the paper is dry. We're not going to do that for a bit. So let's go ahead and finish adding that second color. This is also a really nice kit to just sit and relax. I believe in slow art. I'm not a fan of the artists that get up there and make art as quickly as they can and as fast as they can. It's nice to get into that zone. If you've ever been in that zone where you're so focused and concentrating on making something, you totally lose track of time. That's the space your head wants to be in. So this is kind of like a meditative art. It's a lot of fun. And if you like what you've done, you can make more. You can go to the store, get some watercolor paper, get a set of watercolors. They don't even have to be expensive watercolors. Like you can get dollar store watercolors. It's a really good space to start. If it's something you enjoy and you want to move on to more professional grade later, that's great, but don't go out and buy the really expensive stuff first off until you see if you like it. So now we're going in with our third color. Same process. Adding it on beside, those other colors, letting it mix, letting it blend. And keep in mind too, like I said before, these colors will lighten as they dry. Now, if you notice, there's a lot of drips on this page that are going down towards the tape and something. That's exactly why the tape's on there. So when we take that tape off, when everything's dry, it'll give a nice, clean, white border around your piece, which is a really nice look. And this is all plastic. So once you're done and you do end up removing everything, you just wipe it all off. It's totally fine. This doesn't stay. So what I'm doing here is taking up a bit of that water. There seems to be pools of water, which is fine. And if you want that dark look, it's fine. It's just going to take longer to dry. That's all. You can leave it there. But if you have paint in a spot and you're like, oh, I don't like that. I don't want that paint there. Take your paper towel or napkin or whatever and just soak up that water. That'll take up the water and the pigment, so it'll take away a lot of that color too. Now when doing here, I'm just spreading out some of those splashes. I don't want a lot of white left on the paper. I really like that watercolor splash. I'm going back now with my original color, adding that dark purple in there to get that nice blend with the green and the blue. You really, really can't make mistakes in this. And really, there are no mistakes. As far as I'm concerned, when you make art, it's either exactly the way you want, or you learn a way that you don't want to do it anymore. It's all learning. It's all subjective, too. Now, as the paper is starting to dry, the water is starting to absorb into that paper. You're seeing that the paint is not spreading as much as it was when we first initially had water on that piece of paper. So just keep in mind that as your paper dries and you add paint afterwards, it's going to have a lot more pigment in it. It's going to be a lot darker. And honestly, at this point, you could cover the whole piece of paper with paint if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. Now I'm going in with white. Now there's a lot of controversy in the watercolor world that white watercolor shouldn't exist, that you should use the white of the paper. But you know what? For this particular piece, it works great because what it's doing, it's almost like a snowflake effect, like a cauliflower effect in the paint. It gives it kind of a neat effect. If you're not sure if it's something you want to do, take a scrap piece of paper and try it on there first and say, I like it or I don't like it. But yeah, it'll give some different hues, some different colors to the three that we have on here. Just gives a little more dimension. You don't have to use it. It's totally up to you. Basically just playing with the paint right now. Now it's time to let it dry. So let it sit. Don't touch it. Just let it dry. So you'll notice as you finish painting that your paper tends to bubble up because there's so much water and pigment in it. It needs to dry again so it's completely flat. The best way to test that is to take the back of your hand, lay it on the paper, and if it still feels cool, it's not dry yet. You need to make sure that paper is completely dry before you go to the next step. Okay, now once you're sure it's completely dry, grab that permanent marker that's in your kit, and you're slowly just going to trace all of the pencil marks on your page. Take your time, enjoy the process. It's very meditative, and you're just going to color it in. It'll look similar to the picture that's included in your kit. Just take your time and trace those letters. I'll show you an example here of tracing the first few letters. Please keep in mind, though, these are permanent markers. If you make a mistake, just do your best to try to correct it. One letter's a little bigger than the other, a little thinner than the next. That's okay. It's just proof that it's actually made by a human being and not a computer. And that's the beauty of it. So don't sweat the small stuff. Just going to zip through the rest of it here. Of course, just after me saying to slow down and do it, I do it at fast speed. And there you have it. Your painting is all finished. Take that tape off gently, hang it on the wall, show it off to all your friends. Feel free to tag me in your posts. I'd love to see how they turn out. Thanks so much for joining me. Talk to you soon.